Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday the 25th of January. I want to use my deck of cards today, the Gregory Scott Tarot. So in case you haven't seen these, I just want to show you some of these cards. I'm laughing because I just think some of the cards are very dramatic, just like me. So let's, like this, I just love it. It's like, okay. So I just want to shuffle the cards a few times here, and then I'm going to choose 3 cards to see what the tarot wants you to know about Wednesday. So let's have a look. First card is the Two of Pentacles. Oh, the Chariot, which is victory and triumph and success. So that's a good sign. And finally, the Hanged Man. Oh, wow. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles, this is a card that talks about your ability to take care of things that need to be dealt with, to manage your practical circumstances, to manage your career, your living circumstances, anything that exists in the practical world. You're able to manage very effectively, you're able to do it well. So the Two of Pentacles, usually there's a lot of momentum involved, and we've got these 2 pentacles floating around and the infinity symbol there, which is kind of the loop that they're doing. And the infinity symbol is the number 8, so it's strength and power when it comes to practical things. So if you need to make changes in your working life, or if you're making travel plans or plans to move, anything like that, this card allows you to manage things that are in motion like that and to do it very well. The infinity symbol also obviously means that this is an ongoing process. So when this card appears, you effectively tap into this ability to manage things as well as you possibly can. And I wanted this to be a gate card because this problem solving then usually leads to something else. And it's not necessarily problem solving, it's being consistent, being practical, being grounded, and taking a sensible approach that's maintainable. So with this doorway, the infinite process of having to do things and needing to manage your own strengths and your own feelings, that's something that in this case then is going to lead to some new ideas appearing. And here in the columns, we've got the number 2. And it's the Two of Pentacles. So 2 is about cooperation and it's about relationship. It's about connection. So in this case, you're able to connect with the physical real world very well. So you see these trees in the background. So it's all about the earth. But also you're able to connect spiritually, and you're able to look at real life problems and connect with them in such a way that you're finding the solution. So we've got the Roman numeral 2, which is very similar to Gemini in astrology, and that is very much about communication and analysis and kind of finding the best way forward. So that's the Two of Pentacles. If you've got any of those things in your life that you're concerned with, look at those today. You'll be able to manage them really, really well. The Chariot then is a major arcana card. So the big theme of the day is that if you want to do something, the Chariot is very much about self-will, and then you take action around that, it's very likely to be a success. So not only can you manage what needs to be managed, but you're able to take risks on top of that and to succeed. So if we're looking at going through a doorway, best or a great thing that could happen is if he walks down the steps there and he sees a chariot waiting for him. I mean, so it's really like your ability to take care of business allows you to pursue other things in life which aren't really on your to-do list. There's something you're interested in, and it's something that really strikes an inner chord. It kind of propels you to take action. So with the Chariot, we've got all this starry sky at the top, and this person has a huge star on his forehead. So he feels kind of like he's got a divine purpose. He feels like his will is also God's will. Whatever he feels and does is completely in line with the universe. So that, to me, sounds very suspicious. Whenever we think we're that right, or we know, the will of the universe, I think it sets us up for failure. But I wanted to put the 444 in here as well, because this isn't someone who's an egomaniac who says my will is God's will, therefore whatever I do will be successful. I'm entitled to do whatever I want. It's not that. It's someone who consistently tries to figure out what the universe's will for him is. The purple is connection to spirit. And then he tries to listen to that and then take action based on it. So I wanted to change that concept of, if you want something, you can overcome any type of circumstances through the sheer force and power of your will. And I wanted to add this element that if you try and figure out what the universe wants for you and be open-minded about it and try your best, you're not always gonna get it right, and it's not always gonna be wrong. It's an ongoing process. Then you don't have to push so hard, because then when you do get it right, it really is a victory lap. Okay, and then finally the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is this part of the Fool's journey where you realize that something isn't working and you need to change the way you behave, or the energy you're putting out there, or the expectations you have around something, or the certainty that you once had is no longer really helping things. And it's about saying, I'm going to upend myself. I'm going to go away from everything that makes me feel secure in life, and I'm going to try and see it differently, and I'm going to try and change. So the interesting thing about this is that you have such overview of your existing circumstances that you have the time and the energy and the guidance from source to take actions in new areas, right? But with the Hanged Man, I really feel both of these are trying to figure things out, or they're being very productive. And they're having difficulties. Well, he isn't, I suppose, but he's having difficulties because they're trying to do it all himself. And we've got the angels swooping down here. If you ask for guidance and support, instead of trying to figure everything out by yourself or to do everything by yourself, you'll notice that, particularly on this day, I feel the universe is going to lend you a helping hand. So whether that's this bright, wonderful idea, and then the confidence to actually pursue it, or the realization that, hey, I'm so busy managing everything that I never give myself a chance to actually walk down these steps and explore what else life could be about, and I'm going to stop that process and find a different way or explore more. And it's this amazing opportunity to either break out of existing patterns, which you no longer even think about, you're like on autopilot about, and you can choose again and really pursue things which aren't just your will, but which is the universe's will for you, through this prism of what you want. You see what I mean? It's your interpretation of the universe's will for you that will start to make sense, and you feel entitled to move forward with that. And by the way, can I just say some of the details in these cards? He did such a good job. The lions are absolutely gorgeous. I think they're so beautiful, especially this one. The waves on his clothes. And then here, even the little mandrake root that's barely noticeable. Sorry, I just was distracted by how well he did this. But the meanings of those as well. So the waves in his outfit, he's focused on the practical. And what he does behind the scenes is manage his own emotions so that he can consistently be productive. So he's very, very skilled at what he does. The lion obviously is a symbol of strength. And with the two colors, it's your circumstances, whether you have judged them as being brilliant or less than ideal, it doesn't really matter. There's strength in being open-minded and in deciding I'm going to do this regardless of my circumstances. And then the mandrake, to me, it's similar to the devil card in you're overly focused on the existing routine, the structures of your life, what your world and your life dictates you ought to do. And it prevents you from thinking of, okay, well, but hang on a minute, how do I want the world to be? You know, like, what am I contributing and what life am I creating? Thank you for all the rules, everybody. But actually, I need to take a moment here to find my will or my version of the universe's will for me. Okay, and then finally, the number 4, when the hangman is upside down, 4 is security and structure in numerology. So it's about uprooting that structure or letting go of the old structure so that you can find this enlightenment, this new way of doing things. Number-wise, we have, let's see, we've got 2 and 7 is 9, and 12 is 21. 2 and 1 is 3, and 3 in numerology is communication and new beginnings. So it's much more about taking those risks for your future and asking yourself, what is my will here for this? Instead of just maintaining what is, you know, keeping the status quo and becoming willing to adapt and change, which I certainly think you are. So, wow. So it's confidence, it's inspiration, it's direction, it's purpose, it's adaptability. It's really a wonderful opportunity for you to do something big. Okay, so I hope that gives you an idea of what you'll be working with here on Wednesday. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, scroll down a little bit until you get to a button that says book your reading. Click on that to audio reading with me. And in my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology. I combine all 3. So the way I combine the cards with the numbers here, combine all 3 in my personal readings. To draw up your birth chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then please order a chart rectification with me. That's a process where you send me 10 or more life events, and I work out your time of birth. Once I have that, then I can draw up your natal chart. And if you have any questions about what's coming up in future, or your own strengths and weaknesses, or best times to plan certain events or to make some changes, or you have any questions at all, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.